Culture is defined as a way of life, whereas civilization is defined as the highest stage of development of a culture. It means that even the uncivilized living patterns also can have certain cultural features or a unique culture. The parameter that is used for ascertaining the level of development is technology. With the kind of technology in use, we can ascertain whether a culture is civilized or not. Technology includes almost all aspects of livelihood, for example, pottery, metallurgy, means of acquiring food, techniques used in town planning, etc. Origins of cultures. Up to 5 lakh years of age from its inception, the Earth was permanently covered with ice sheets. There was no sign of life. It is called as Pleistocene or First Ice Age. 500,000 BC, 10,000 BC, First Ice Age, that is Pleistocene. 10,000 BC onwards, Second Ice Age called Holocene. In the Holocene period, the ice sheets got melted due to change in climate. As the Earth further absorbed heat from the sun, various geographical and chemical changes in the environment led to the formation of water. It continuously rained for years. All this, coupled with the changes in temperature, helped in the formation of the atmosphere, following which optimum environment for the evolution of species was created. The earliest specimen of man emerging on Earth can be traced back to 240 years BC. The hominid was born around 240 BC in Africa. The first and earliest hominid was named Australopithecus. Australopithecus started migrating to different places. Despite the theories stating continental drift as the reason behind the spread of hominids, there is no substantial proof for the same. The earliest Australopithecus found in India was Ramapithecus at the Shulik Mountains. In China and Indonesia, the hominid was known as Sinanthropus. Amongst all the primitive tribes, Sinanthropus were the most intelligent. They were the first to discover the use of fire. They were short in stature, were more dynamic in interacting with nature, and their brain was well developed. Hominids were then leading a wandering life. They were mainly food gatherers who led nomadic life in search of food. Lower Paleolithic Age or Old Stone Age, it spread from 240 to 138 999 BC. During this age, people used stones as tools. The word lithic denotes stone, which indicates that stones formed a significant element of the life of people in this age. Middle Paleolithic Age or Middle Stone Age, it stretched from 138 BC to 38,000 BC. The stone technology was same as that of Lower Paleolithic, but there were some refinement in the making of tools. Biological changes also took place during this phase. The spinal cord of Homo erectus was more erect or straight than the hominids, which made bipedalism more convenient and useful. The forelimbs were now free to be used for other purposes. Upper Paleolithic Age or Upper Stone Age. It lasted from 38,000 BC to 11,000 BC. Hominids, Homo sapiens, had vertical spinal cord. They were the closest ancestors of human beings. By this time, the stone technology had made much more advancement. Hominids used blades and burins apart from hand axes that enabled them to search for their prey easily and hunt them down. Paleolithic sites. 1. Bhimbetka Caves in Madhya Pradesh are known for its Paleolithic cave paintings. 2. Bora Caves in Andhra Pradesh are the oldest Paleolithic site. Paleolithic men used quartz for making tools and therefore were also called quartzite people. They made rudimentary form of hand axes. Evidence of the oldest hand axe belonging to Paleolithic times was found in a Turumbakkam in Tamil Nadu. Paleolithic culture is also found in Sohan Valley in West Punjab, now in Pakistan. The Paleolithic Age was followed by 1,000 years of transition phase before Neolithic Age started. This age of transition is called Mesolithic Age, which spread from 11,000 to 10,000 BC. It was marked by peculiar stone tools called microliths, small stone tools, that were used for carving, grooving, cutting, etc. Neolithic Age, New Stone Age. It spread from 10,000 years BC to 4,500 years BC. This age is also known as Neolithic Revolution because many discoveries were made during this period, so much so that the lifestyle of the people was drastically altered. Cultivation or agriculture processes began during this age. It transformed food-gathering society into food-producing society, following which a sedentary life was made possible. Women played a dominant role in the household. The period was characterized by a matriarchal society. Sedentary lifestyle paved way for a settled village establishment. Pottery making developed during this period. Pottery from this phase is an important source for archaeological studies. It is important for establishing the identity of a race and the level of development of culture, etc., Neolithic culture. It was most prominently found in Burjham in Kashmir. Pit dwelling were more common there, as they were preferred over other forms of dwelling due to extreme climatic conditions. The use of metals had begun by the end of Neolithic phase. Another feature of this period was the double burial system, which was represented by H-type of cemetery. In this, the man was buried together with his wife or servant slave, or with someone dear. Other Neolithic sites. 1. Kodiwaha in Rajasthan, where extensive cultivation of almost all crops, food crops, cereals, etc., is evident. 2. Kairand and Bihar tools made of bones were found here. 3. Dharmagiri in Karnataka. 4. Kapagai in Karnataka. 5. Tekalikoda in Karnataka. 6. Hajar in Karnataka. 7. Utnor in Andhra Pradesh. 8. Payampally in Tamil Nadu. The common feature of Neolithic cultures in South was the ash mounds. This is suggestive of the fact that extensive cultivation was taken up by clearing forests time and again. 9. Mehrgarh in Baluchistan in present Pakistan. It survived for the longest period of all Neolithic sites, up to 3500 BC. It was also the first culture to establish contacts with Mesopotamian civilization, present-day Iraq, which was responsible for the origin of Indus Valley civilization. Copper Age/Chalcolithic period. It extended from 4500 to 2500 years BC. In Copper Stone Age, both stone and metal technology existed. During this age, great strides were made in metallurgy, and therefore metal came to replace stone for the making of tools, etc. From 2500 BC to 1750 BC. The period is known as the Bronze Age. From 1000 BC onwards, it is called Iron Age. Extensive farming was taken up during this phase. This made possible the accumulation of enough surplus, which further paved way for the generation of other secondary type of occupations. The fertile river tracts gave rise to the development of different cultures. Indus Valley civilization. It is hailed as one of the oldest civilizations of the world. Indus Valley or Harappan civilization is traced to Chalcolithic age, which reached its pinnacle in the Bronze Age. Asterisk, in terms of culture, it is the only surviving civilization in the world. Its discovery pushed back the antiquities of Indian history for another 2,000 years. Asterisk, it was first discovered in 1921. Charles Mason in 1829 came across mounds of terracotta arts while laying tracks for railways. Local people called it Mohenjo-daro, that is the mounds of the dead. His findings were collected by Alexander Cunningham, who visited the site in 1878. Sir John Marshall, head of Department of Archaeology, which came into being in 1904, carried out extensive findings on the site. Origins of Indus Valley civilization. Pre-HARAPPAN, 4500, 3500 BC. PROTOHARAPPAN, 3500 to 2500 BC. HARAPPAN, 2500 to 1750 BC, represents the chronology of development in the civilization. Pre-HARAPPAN it refers to the culture that predated Harappan civilization and was distinct from it, for example, Baluchi cultures, in Baluchistan. Around 4500 years BC in Baluchistan, 4 village cultures were found. They were as follows. Quali culture expanded towards east in first stage, till Aravalli Mountains. Quetta and expanded till Sindh province, 3500 to 2500 BC, in the second stage. Proto, HARAPPAN, it refers to the culture that signaled the beginning of Harappan culture and was similar to it. Baluchi culture entered Sindh and further expanded into Rajasthan and Haryana. Important sites. A. Kotdiji in Sindh. B. Amri in Sindh. C. Kalibangan in Rajasthan. D. Benwali in Haryana. Material culture development and geographical expansion. 1. Village culture, comprised of living in triangular huts. 2. Crude pottery was used. 3a. The urban centers represented town planning of an advanced level. This also meant that urbanism had begun. B. There were also found two-storied buildings made up of baked bricks. C. Well-developed polished pottery was used for storing grains and cooking. Harappan. This culture expanded to up in east, Upto Kashmir in north, and Upto Maharashtra in south. This emerged as the biggest cultural formation in the prehistoric world, with around 250 sites. Each of these sites had a well-developed drainage system and represented systematic town planning. Extension and boundaries of Indus Valley civilization. Suktesandur, Sindh, in the west to Alamgarpur in up in the east. From Mando in Kashmir in north to Dimabad in south. Important sites. 1. Harappa. It was situated on the right bank of River Ravi in Montgomery district in West Punjab, present-day Pakistan, and was excavated by Devram Sani. It is the first Indus Valley site that was discovered, and thus the entire civilization is also named as Harappan civilization. It is also known as a city of granaries, as 12 granaries were found in 2 rows, each had 6. Town planning was consisted of horizontal and vertical roads, and a center bounded by fortified wall called citadel, outside which H-type cemetery was found. It establishes the fact that Harappa must have been attacked by foreigners, as H-type cemetery was alien to Harappa. In Rigveda, Harappa has been written as Haryupa. 2. Mohenjo-daro in Sindh. It means Mound of the Dead. It is situated on the left bank of River Indus. It was excavated by R.D. Banerjee in 1922 and is the 3rd biggest site. It can be considered as a model city for entire IVC Indus Valley civilization in town planning. It was also the most populated city. It had the biggest granary called the Great Granary. It also had a big assembly, temple-like structure, and the Great Bath. The Great Bath was used for communal bathing, rituals, offering, and other ceremonies. Seals made of soft rocks called steatites were found here. The seal of Pashupati, Mahadev, with 4 animals, buffalo, rhino, elephant, and a tiger, standing in 4 different directions with 2 deers at his feet was also found. Pashupati is shown with 2 horns and 3 faces, and is found in the posture of deep meditation that is Proto-Shiva formation. Bronze image of a dancing girl, a piece of cloth, scale for measuring distance, seal with a representation of horse were also found at Mohenjo-daro. The cities on bank of River Indus were prone to floods. Mohenjo-daro was flooded 7 times and reconstructed 7 times. 3. Chanhudaro. It was situated on the right bank of River Indus, south of Mohenjo-daro. It was excavated by M. G. Majumdar. The city was flooded thrice in 1931. It is the only Indus Valley site without a citadel. It is also the site where only stones and no bricks were used. Image of male dancer, resembling Lord Shiva, was found here. 4. Kalibangan. To Kopikard 11/16 time in Photo Tognan 10/1, it witnessed both stages of culture, Proto-Harappan and Harappan. It was the important sites for bangles and beads manufacture. It was situated on the banks of River Gaggar in Rajasthan and was excavated by Dr. A. Ghosh. Fire altars suggesting worship of Agni, fire cult fire worship, have been found here. No evidence of worship of Mother Goddess could be traced here. It had the biggest cultivated land in the entire prehistoric world. List burial or the brick-chambered burial has been the most prominent on this site. Kalibangan 4 Kalibangan culture is also called Sathai, Afghanistan culture. 4 appeared up to and could fit Harappan stage. Image summary. The image is a diagrammatic representation. It depicts the body and its possessions. The diagram suggests a relationship between the body and the possessions it holds. It implies that the body is connected to or defined by its possessions. 5. Banwali. It is in Haryana, located on the bank of River Saraswati. It was excavated by Dr. Bist. Both stages of Proto-Harappan and Harappan developed are witnessed here. clay butt and extensive cultivation of barley was evident for the first time. 6. Lothal. Located on the banks of Cambay in Gujarat, in India, maximum number of Indus Valley sites are located in Gujarat. It was excavated by S.R. Rao. Normal implies Mount of the Dead. He is bound the safe Dwaraka 15, and even travel. They are with time on L. It is the first known/earliest seaport in Indian history, with an artificially built naval dockyard. It was also the first to cultivate rice, by 1800 BC. It was a major center of trade and commerce, especially with Persia. Persian Gulf seal was found at Lothal. Big jar with beautiful painting depicting the story of a cunning jackal has been found here, inspired from Panchtantra written by Vishnu Sharma. Fire altars were found here representing fire cult. An evidence of plowed field signifies cultivation of developed level. It had buildings with side entrances, Chino-storied buildings. The only site of the western entrance 7, Surkatata, located on the banks of river Baguva in Gujarat, it was excavated by Jagapath Joshi. It is also a port city. It played important role in trade and commerce during Harappan period. It gave definite evidence that Indus Valley people had knowledge of horse, as horse skeletons were found here. 8. Rangpurat is located in Gujarat and was excavated by Errol Stein. It was the second site where rice cultivation had taken place, as rice husk was found here. 9. Dhalavira. It is also located in Gujarat. It was excavated by Dr. Bist. Biggest Indus Valley site is Kantasi, Pakistan. Only IVE site developed in older shape. Boiled stadium in history and found here. Other aspects of Indus Valley, henceforth 4, CIVILISATION. Normally 4 to 5 social. IV society was predominantly matriarchal. Class formation, there was no caste division, but society was divided on the basis of occupations. The prime classification was merchants, craftsmen, peasantry, working class, laborers, urban life. All IV cities were uniform in town planning. Uniformity in size of brick has been found. Bricks of almost the same size and shape were used throughout. Cities were planned according to the grid system, with horizontal and vertical lanes cutting each other perpendicularly. Well-developed drainage system was its unique aspect, not found in any other contemporary civilizations. Food habits, both vegetarian and non-vegetarian diets were followed. Staple food was wheat and barley. Decorative habits, both men and women were highly fashionable. They enjoyed putting up different hairstyles and accessories. They used imported lipsticks from Greece and perfumes. Ornaments made up of all the metals except iron were used. Hobbies included dicing, bullfighting, fishing, dancing, and boat racing. Burial practices. Wheeler worked extensively on Indus Valley burials. They disposed dead bodies in sitting postures, head facing north signaling Shiva worship, as Kailash is believed to be located in north. Partial burial of any organ of a person, as found in Rangpur. Burials, ashes kept in pot and buried, for example, at Kalibangan. Coffin burial, as found at Harappa. Economy, Indus Valley people were the pioneers in agriculture. They had the knowledge of seasonal cultivation, kharif, and rabi crops. They were also aware of all types of irrigation systems, tanks, canals, etc. They were the first to cultivate cotton in the entire prehistoric period. Greeks came to take cotton and called Indus Valley as Sendon, that is the place for quality cotton. Eka, that is the cart drawn by oxen, was used for transporting agricultural commodities. Trade and commerce. Tay were the first people in Indian history to go for international trade. They traded with Mesopotamia, Sumeria, Greece, Egypt, and Mongolia. They also imported several items from different places. Mesopotamia, gold, perfumes, Greece, Sumeria. Silver, Egypt, diamonds, Mongolia, agate, lapis lazuli, sandstones. They also traded with South India and imported pearls and shells. The Khetri mines in Rajasthan provided copper. Indus Valley seals were found in Mesopotamia at Teliasmar, which is symbolic of the established trade contacts. In weights and measures, the numerical 16 and its multiples formed the basis of metric system. Form of governance. They were ruled by rich merchants. The form of governance is called oligarchy, the rule of the rich or an elite group. Religion, no sacred text or place or organized system of worship, has been found. So it is assumed that they only had a belief system comprising of the following features: worshipping Mother Goddess and also deifying women. Worshipping only one male god, that is Pashupati. Worship of animals, the most sacred being the humpless bull. Worship of Gilgamesh represented by a body, comprising half of man and half of lion. It was the mythological hero of Mesopotamia. Snake worship as found at Gumla. Worship of trees, stones, and secret organs. Art forms comprised of seals, pottery, especially BPW, that is black polished ware characterized by glossy, shiny appearance with pictures, and terracotta figurines. One seals, they were the most beautiful of all Indus Valley art forms. Made on sandstone, soft rocks called steatite procured from Vindhyas, seals were made in almost all shapes and in the size of Ray 1 coin. About 2,000 Indus Valley seals were found. The most common representation is of humpless bull. Seals, especially the ones found in Mesopotamia, are important for fixing the chronology of Indus Valley WRT. Other civilizations. 2 terracotta figures. They were the figures made of clay, mainly dolls for kids. Cult of Mother Goddess is clearly evident through these figurines. 3 images. Most beautiful of all the images found is that of a bronze dancing girl. 4. Script. The Harappan people used a pictographic language of pictures, script, written in a style called Bostrafetan, right to left to right, and again right to left, and so on. More than 4,000 pictographs have been used. The first pictograph was found in 1853. Pictography is claimed to be deciphered by I. Mahadvan, but so far the script remains undeciphered. 6 races can be traced in the Indus Valley zone. Play button proto, Australoid. This race is regarded as architect of IVC. This is because their ethnic features are found in majority of the skeletons. Ballot box with Czech Australoid. Mongoloids. Nigroloids. Alpinolids. Mediterranean. There are different theories that try to explain the decline of Indus Valley civilization. However, it must be kept in mind that the decline could very much have taken place due to a combination of the following factors. 1. Aryan invasion.